Do not do things to please other people. Do not do things to make other people feel happy about you because you've done 1, 2, 3 for the sake of them. Do things based on your priorities. Do not go out of your way to actually please people. Why am I saying this? Is because I understood that people, whenever they are faced with certain challenge or certain situation whereby they need to actually violate their morals, violate their behaviors, violate their standards to accommodate certain people, you need to actually let go of that kind of behavior, let go of that kind of mindset. Why am I saying this? Is because people will use you. Do you know an orange? Unfortunately, I do not have an orange with me, but you see an orange, you know what people can do to you, just like what they do to orange? They squeeze the juice that is inside that orange and they leave it, or they throw it away as soon as they are done squeezing that orange. As soon as that juice is no longer coming out from that orange, as soon as that juice is squeezed in enough, and then they throw it away. That's what people are gonna do to you. I've understood this, that people often come to me to actually get or hope to achieve certain things by using me. And I've seen it repeating over and over and over, and up until when I had a conversation with my friend who's like a brother to me, who is like an older brother to me. Then I asked him that if you're faced with this kind of situation, how can you react? And then what he said to me was actually something that was very profound. He said, he gave me a very good advice. He said this: you must learn to say no. You must learn to resist. If you are faced with a situation or a challenge whereby you are being led to violate your morals, violate your behavior, violate your standards, you must learn to say no. Because people can take up until there's nothing left in you. People will leave you depressed. People will leave you unhappy. So I said to myself, let me just speak with him so that I can actually relieve the weight that is in my shoulders, to relieve the stress that I'm facing. As soon as people can see something in you that is not in them, or if people can see that there is something that they can benefit from you, they tend to take advantage of you because you are a good person. Everyone wants to use you because you are usable. I was usable up until I learned to say no. I told myself, you know what, I want to do certain things because I want to make other people feel happy of what they've gained from me. I told myself, you know what, whatever people can actually say about me, whether good or bad, I cannot change them. What I can change is how I react to what they say to me. What I can change is how I react whenever I'm faced with those kind of situations. So, to cut the long story short, today's topic is very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic because it speaks from a heart to the one who's watching to the one who's watching on today's video, because I'm speaking direct. I'm speaking from a heart to a heart. Me and you are just sitting right next to each other. I'm sharing with you this kind of things so that you can get to understand that as soon as people actually see potential in you, they tend to use you. People tend to use good people. Sometimes you must learn to say no. I've learned this and I've started to implement this, and I've seen that people, whenever I say no to something, they tend to see me as a bad person. They tend to see me as a rude person. They tend to see me as a person who has changed. And there's nothing wrong about that. People have to understand that people do change. People have to understand that people do certain things based on their principles, based on their morals. The decisions that I'm already making now, after I've learned what my brother told me, I've learned to not disappoint myself. I've learned to not go out of my way to actually please people. I've learned to not go out of my way to actually make other people happy. Meanwhile, I'm not happy myself internally. So for my mental health to actually be at a good point, I have to say no to most of the things that actually people propose to me. Just like I said, you see an orange, people tend to squeeze you until that orange juice is no longer coming out, and then they throw you out. As soon as they're done using you, they go to the next person who's usable. That's how people are, and you cannot change that. You cannot change how people treat you. You cannot change how people behave around you. You cannot change how people say about you. You cannot change how people see you. There are certain things that are beyond your control. You cannot control them. What you can control is how you respond. It's how you react when you're faced with those kind of situations. Just like I said, I had to learn to say no. I had to learn to say I'm not comfortable doing 1, 2, 3. Because you're always taking, you're not giving. You're always using. And I'm not comfortable with that. And I do not like that. People must know whether it feels bad, but that's how it should be. That's the truth. That's real. That's how it should be. No one is perfect in this world. And do not try to be perfect. Just be yourself. Play your part accordingly. Do not do things that are not aligned with who you are. Do not do things to please other people. Do not do things to make other people feel happy about you because you've done 1, 2, 3 for the sake of them. Do things based on your priorities. Do things based on what you feel it's good for you to actually do. I'm not sure if you did happen to find value in this video, but if you did, please let me know in the comment section on what video you picked up in this video. And also for more life-changing information, there is a book called The Visionary and also The Rebuild, which I will leave the links to the books in the description box. With that being said, if you are new to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and also like this video and also share to your friends and families out there, and also please don't forget to hit the notification bell so whenever I get to upload. With that being said, I will leave the links to the books in the description box. With that being said, I will see you guys on our next YouTube video. This is your boy Duncan Mnisi. I will see you guys on the next one.